What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling wonderful today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Jupiter, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based off our lovely ruler here, the good old Moon. I'm not sure I'm feeling very animated today, Cancer. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, and when she's going void, of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. There's great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Venus Day. It's Friday. Hope you're feeling lovely. Hope you're feeling wonderful. Hope you're feeling optimistic because the moon is in Sagittarius still. And what a lovely way to wrap up a Friday. And with the moon being in Sagittarius, Cancer, you might be feeling a little more, feeling a little like wanting to go on an adventure, feeling very mobile. Sagittarius energy is always on the move there, Cancer. Ooh, I like that, Cancer. Hold on, we're going to talk about that in a second. But, yeah, you might be feeling the need to maybe want to travel or just be out and about, Cancer. Sagittarius is always on the move, always down for an adventure. But you might be feeling, too, hopefully you're feeling more optimistic and just more kind of upbeat. This is a really kind of fun placement for the moon. Kind of very, it's a little similar to almost like the moon in Leo a little bit. But also you may notice, too, Cancer, you might be feeling a little more inspired. Like Sagittarius, they're just always full of just great ideas, So that might be something to pay attention to as well there, Cancer. But you might also be feeling, too, they're a very spiritual sign. I feel like that kind of gets forgotten with Sagittarius. They're all focusing on Jupiter with luck and things, but Jupiter is a very wise planet as well. And so you might be wanting to focus on your spirituality or just like learn a bit more about yourself, Cancer. So just something to think about there with that energy. And then we're in the first quarter phase here, and things are starting to pick up speed, Cancer. And it's just like making sure that things are lining up with like your actions are lining up with your intentions there, Cancer. You may notice some challenges here. We might need to make some decisions as far as like how we tweak things, just as far as like it's a good time for really just kind of like charting your progress and seeing how things are going and being really flexible with this energy because, sometimes life throws us curveballs and, it takes a moment for our routine to get adapted into, but you got this, Cancer. I know you do. And then last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching Cancer, so definitely check them out. I think you'll really enjoy them. But let's talk about your general energy of the day, because I really do like this card, and it actually Libra rules over this sign, because you got the 6th card of Taurus here, which is the Anamkara card. And with this card, this is a card of unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, timeless, constant, affection, best friends, appreciation, unchanging, and infinite love. And interesting, Cancer, the energy that's coming through here is the uncommon bond. And I almost feel like with this, Cancer, that maybe there are... I almost feel like that there's this appreciation, like, interesting. It almost feels like for some that, or maybe it's like thinking about those bonds those ones that it's like we've held on to for a long time, but in like, it may be like those ones where we may not keep in touch with people over like a long period of time. We may check in with from time to time, but it's like how we met was maybe in like a maybe like in a like an unusual way, and maybe it's not even like the unusualness that's the it's like the you didn't expect to maybe to bond as strongly as you did or as you do maybe, or something along those lines. And I feel like that this card to me always is about like, really kind of, I feel like this energy of gratitude for the connections that we have, Cancer, even those ones that may seem kind of weird because, or maybe that we realized didn't have, or it's like the relationships that have maybe a bigger impact on us or affected us more than we had realized. You've ever had those, like, where you kind of like maybe reminiscing of Cancer, and you're thinking about some of the people that have been in your lives, and it's just like, man, I like, man, back in the day, such and such, would I would like kick it, and man, we always had a fantastic time, and I wonder what they're doing. And if you've been thinking that along the, like, been thinking about those energies or been thinking about those people there, Cancer, maybe sending out just like a soft beacon, just sort of like maybe like a text or something like that, or maybe well, we can be hip, because apparently I'm learning that texting is starting to fall out of style there, Cancer. I'm trying to keep up, but maybe we're reaching out on like a Facebook or like a Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, however the hell you connect with however the hell you connect with people there, Cancer. But yeah, just like, because I feel like we all have those people, those like people that are just kind of come through, and it's like they're not like they're it's more than acquaintances, but I feel like if we had more time with them, it would be one of those. They would probably be like really like one of those best friends for life there, something along those lines. But let me get some tarot on this, Cancer. Get some details. Because no matter how short or how long a relationship is, Cancer, they always affect us in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, I don't know, Cancer. Let's get a little more on that. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. Interesting. What, this is like third day of Queen of Moons, and this is an interesting comment that came out here, Cancer. So you have the small little reversal storm here. So you have the Page of Swords upright here, and then you have the Two of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and then the Queen of Moons in reverse here. And the moons in this deck are cups, and then the stars in here are pentacles. And I almost feel like with the Queen of Moons, this is, I'm really kind of getting an energy of nostalgia with her. That maybe for some it's like maybe we happen to be scrolling through our old contacts, or maybe we happen to be going through. Maybe we got like a reminder on Facebook of just like, hey, remember this time, like 10 years ago when you were doing such and such with so and so. And I almost feel like that it's just like if the thought of them has kind of popped in your head, Cancer, and you're just not sure where that relationship is at or just how they're doing, because the Queen of Swords is Libra energy, and Libra deals with those one-on-one relationships. Then I feel like there's a need to just like maybe take some action. Maybe you've been on the fence about, should I reach out to them, should I not, like maybe they're busy, would they even, like, how have they changed and things like that. But I feel like instead of staying curious and like in like just like not knowing, I feel like just taking a moment just to kind of reach out there, Cancer. Again, just put out like a little soft beacon. You just kind of put out that they like, hey, I've been thinking about you. Just like, hope you're feeling, hope you've been safe. Blah blah blah. If you find a chance, maybe maybe we can, maybe just catch up. And who knows, maybe they happen to live around your area, or maybe they're still, like, who knows where life kind of takes us here, Cancer. But I do feel like that it just in case if you've been, I don't know, this, it's not necessarily a nagging feeling that I'm getting, but it's just more so that, because I do feel like that, because that was part of the reason that I had even gotten on Facebook. Granted, it was partly for this for the channel, which you see where that's been going, but it was a part way too. Like, it was surprising how many people I had reconnected with, Cancer, and it really is that I will say I've come to appreciate the internet for that sort of thing. But yeah, let me get a little bit more on the Queen of Swords. Feeling a little chatty. Let me get a little bit more on that. Thank you. Interesting, huh? Taurus energy, I'm with it. So you have, love when you do that, Cancer. So you have the Hierophant in reverse here, and then we have the Two of Swords upright. And with the Two of Swords, you know, I feel like it's, again, if you've just been kind of on this, on the fence about this, Cancer, you know, the Hierophant for me is just like, it's a, you know, it's a, usually it's like a bridge between like the, you know, the divine and things, but I feel like it's, I'm almost kind of getting with the Hierophant that it's like there's a need, I feel, not a need, but I feel like that there would, I feel like something really nice could come out of this, Cancer. I feel like doing, just like, instead of staying in this place of wonder, as far as like, you know, just be, again, being curious, it's just like, taking that step and seeing where things are going, and this, and you know, maybe people, and of course people have changed over time, and this may be something where we may need to be a little patient with them to be responding, you know, but I feel like it would really kind of benefit you in the long run, you know, just to kind of, because we are getting into an age, I feel, especially in this, granted, this is getting into next year, but we are getting into an age of like networking and things, and like, you know, really kind of connecting with friends and stuff. So, you know, with Pluto getting ready to move into Aquarius, but yeah, just a little something to think about there, Cancer. Let's get a little bit more on this. Thank you. Let's see what else is going on here, Cancer. Ooh, a lot of twos here. All right, Cancer. So you have the Two of Stars and then the Knight of Moons upright, and then you have the Nine of Stars in reverse here. And I almost feel like with the Nine of Stars here, it almost feels like that there's like a need. It's not like we're comparing how others have grown, but I feel like I feel like it would really kind of, I'm almost getting this energy of, it's like it would, it's like this energy of like seeing how you've grown and like how you've grown as to get, it's like how it's in a sense like comparing your journeys and how you have grown, but I also am kind of getting that as you two maybe, or however this can, however many people we may be connecting with, it's just like as you start to talk about your different adventures and things along those lines, that maybe if we've been, maybe we've noticed that like maybe a friend has really been kind of doing well and really been just kind of pursuing stuff, and just we've been in this place where, man, I've always wanted to pursue this and want to pursue that, and then they may provide you with like, oh, Cancer, you should absolutely do this. I remember going through such and such, and now we're making connections, and then there's like this energy, there's like this resurgence of motivation or something along those lines that could come with this kind of connecting here, Cancer. Very fascinating energy that's kind of coming through, but, and I feel like almost with like the Two of Stars, it's like, you know, you may connect in a way that you didn't expect, you know, that it just like, it's, there's this grounding feeling that I'm almost getting. It's just like I'm not. Let me get a little bit more with the Nine of Stars, because it feels like that it's not necessarily a comparison like with the Five of Swords. It's more so like what the Soul Tribe is meant to do. You know, it's like where you've been working on you, and it's just like it's like that gives you that kind of like, ooh, you know what, maybe I should pursue this thing. You know, they're doing this stuff, like why should I not live my life to the fullest, or something like that. But and let me get a little bit more of this Nine of Stars here, Cancer. All right, so the Five of Stars is clarified by the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then you have the Five of Stars upright. And I do feel like we do, just when we are, maybe connecting with these people, Cancer, that we do want to be careful about not comparing ourselves to others, because maybe we do feel like that. Maybe let's say, for example, this person has been like kind of traveling, or maybe they've gotten married, and you may not be at that state yet. But that's not to say that you're not where you're supposed to be on your journey. But I feel that let this again be like a way to kind of motivate you. It's just like, oh wow, I really like, that's fascinating. Like, tell me more about that. Like, what can you like walk me through? Like, what kind of connections that you made, and just like, I don't know, Cancer. I feel like you can really get a lot from. And this might be too, Cancer, like maybe for some, maybe it's like it could be the conversation can end up like maybe you both have been like, oh well, I thought like, and not to say that we were not further along than we want to be, but it's just like, oh well, it's like, well, I've always wanted to do this, and it's like someone's like, I've always wanted to do that, and it's just like that can be like a motivator for you both. It's just like, you know what, how about we both, let's like check in like a couple of months, and like let's do this thing, and let's do like a progress report. It's just like, where are you at on this thing, like it can really turn, I feel like, into like this team effort or something really nice. I feel like can really kind of blossom from this thing, Cancer. And I hope that this makes sense. Mark? I'm with it, Cancer. All right, let's get some. Speaking of growth and expansion here, let's get a little advice from Papa Jupiter here. I don't know why I call him Papa, but we're just rolling with it. It like alternates between like Papa and Big Daddy. I'm not sure what that's about. Jupiter's. All right, don't be weird, Jupiter. Probably because he's exalted in our sign. That's probably part of it. Trying to stay in his good graces. Thank you. All right, Cancer. Last little bit here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So you have the Seven of Swords, the Lovers in reverse here. And then we have the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and then the Nine of Wands upright here, Cancer. Let's switch back over, because that's some interesting energy there. You know, because I feel like for some that maybe we're afraid to maybe reach out to that, because maybe this like, maybe we happen to be looking at their social media, and like we see that they're doing like, because social media, usually it's capturing all the highlights and things. It's like maybe we're thinking about the choices that we made, and it's just like, have we really been kind of feeling fulfilled and been doing like our heart's desire, or maybe we've been kind of keeping ourselves in a cage, or not even in a cage, but it's just like maybe it's like we see these people are just like, gosh, they're doing so much with their life, and what am I doing, and it's not to say, and again, Cancer, it's not to say that you're not enjoying your life, but it's just like it's just like, I just feel like there's just a need to just kind of be, I just feel like that we could use that energy again as a motivator, as a instead of a means to keep us down, because we may not, even though we may see all the highlights and stuff, there were hardships on that journey. Bet it wasn't all just the sunshine and abundance and things. There were doubts, there were fears, just like with you, Cancer, and that might be something too. Like hearing what they've gone through and seeing where they've gotten to with the choices that they've made, again, could like, it's like I'm getting almost like a revitalizing you. And then it's because I love this too, the Nine of Wands, this is the moon in Sagittarius, Cancer, and so I feel like you can learn a lot from this, as far as like, and maybe, and then and on the flip side, Cancer, they maybe can learn a lot from you as well, because I know you've been living life, been doing things and been enjoying stuff, and been, so yeah, I feel like allow this energy to, because again, I'm almost getting with this Three of Swords and Eight of Swords here. There's just like this fear, we feel like that, like And you know, Cancer too, you know, even if you are feeling that, if we're in this state of just like, gosh, I haven't been doing what I want to do in life, then again, that's perfect because that gives you something to focus on. You know, that could be the next thing that we're doing during these lunar cycles. You know, maybe we want to go travel more, maybe we want to learn a new language, or maybe we want to go. I'm thinking with the night of moons, maybe go fall in love with the lovers here. Maybe we've been kind of shutting ourselves off, or you know, then maybe want to think about marriage or whatever that's looking like. But you do have a lot of cards of choices here. You got the Two of Swords, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and now it's just like, it's the only thing we're missing is the Two of Cups, and it's just like, you know, making the choice of your making that heart's decision, you know. But you know, just even thinking with the lovers, that's Gemini energy. And the fact that it's in reverse is just like, you know, we can communicate these things more. You know, we can it's there's a lot of benefits, I feel like, with connecting with others and really just kind of seeing how, again, maybe how those uncommon bonds are. I mean, for you know, for example, Cancer, I was I'm about trying to. It'll be a little bit, but I'm setting up a trip to go visit someone, and you know, they thought I was in one area, and I'd had to kind of get them caught up a little bit. I had moved, and I'm planning on moving again. It's just like, oh, you're living life like a nomad. And it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I am. And I like it was. It even changes your perspective of how you're just living life, Cancer. You know, because sometimes we can just get so caught up in it and doing the things, like, you know, you never know how people see what you're doing, and it could be even be, you know, what you see is just like, oh my goodness, I've been so stressed and stuff. It's just like, well, Cancer, it sounds like you've been just kind of living, yeah, you've been a little stressed, but it sounds like that you're getting things kind of solved there. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense, Cancer. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So a nice little energy to kind of wrap up a Friday there. You know, take this weekend, maybe just kind of reach out, just kind of connect with others. But if you like that, Cancer, something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Cancer. Maybe share it with these people that you're yeah, share this. You know, maybe share this with the people that you're watching. Maybe find out, do you know their sign of these people, Cancer? Because I'm even thinking about that. There are a couple of people I'm wondering what their signs are. I actually learned that one was a Scorpio. That kind of shocked me a little bit, but actually it kind of raised my vibration through the roof. But just random things like that, Cancer. Share this, and then if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each day. And then lastly, Cancer, you know, check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Jupiter. Just check your chart, Cancer. You know how I feel about that. Maybe you got a little Taurus in your chart, maybe a little Gemini, and then come on over to my other channel, you already have the Chariot Friends, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there, monthly ones, yearly ones. It's a good old time, Cancer. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Cancer. Because you got the Hermit up right here, Cancer. And I feel like the Hermit being here, I feel like for some it's just like maybe we've been in this state of where we've just been kind of not necessarily by ourselves, but I almost feel like that was just like we've been kind of thinking about like, oh, I wonder what such and such is doing. Oh, it looks like they're having all this fun, or they're doing this, or just like you just wanted to check in, or they may be, or maybe they're going through something. You're curious, and it's just like, hey, you know, just been wanting to put some feelers. I saw, you know, we were going through like a Three of Swords situation, maybe Eight of Swords, and you know, maybe even like a Five of Stars thing. Is there anything that I can maybe help with, or however that might be looking? You know, you never know how you can you know, affect lives, Cancer, and how others could affect you as well. But I feel like there's a need to not keep things so bottled up. It's like you got the Hermit here, and then you got, you know, Gemini energy, and it's just like, let's connect, Cancer. Let's just get out there and just see what others are doing and see how you've been yeah, just getting yourself out there a little bit. But let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out here. Oh, so I can get you out here, Cancer. Interesting. Mercury energy, I'm with it. All about communication. Because you got the 20th card here, which is the Lavender. And that is the Weaver card, and it's ruled by Mercury. You know, Mercury is a planet of communication there, Cancer. But I feel like that this Weaver as well, you know, you kind of see this web here. It's like, I feel like it's like maybe for some it's just like, you know, because it happens, you know, when we got distance and time, you know, we're living our lives, you know, trying to figure this thing out. things get disconnected over time. And I feel like with this Weaver, it's like reconnecting those bonds. And even like, maybe there's some we may not be able to connect, or be able to reconnect, but there may be some others where we can form even stronger bonds. And then who knows where that may even take you. Maybe that might get it to where you meet their friends, and then they're meeting your friends, and then look at that, you're building a whole freaking soul tribe there, Cancer, and it's fantastic. So, whew. I like that, Cancer. That's really cool. I'm with it. So, if you let me know you're doing that, Cancer, I might do the same, because I've been actually kind of thinking about that too. So, little something, little something to think about there. But you stay safe out there with your connecting with others, and seeing if others have been staying safe out there, and seeing what they've been up to and things, Cancer. You keep eyes on the moon. Maybe tell them about Rhonda, how this... No, I'm just kidding, Cancer. But maybe it's just like, keep eyes on the moon, Maybe just meditate on this, Cancer. Because, I feel like Moon and Sagittarius, that's a very gregarious sign, And who knows how this may... Who knows what may happen with that, Cancer, if you just could just reach out. And I will catch you on the next one, Monday.